Game time. Put me in, coach. Today we are talking about the Phoenix Suns. Why was I wrong? Because I picked the Phoenix Suns to win this NBA championship in 6 games. That can't happen because the Bucks won game 5. Now, whose fault is it that the Phoenix Suns lost? And do the Suns even have a chance to win the NBA Finals? Well, before we get into that, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, hit it like an open jump shot. Most importantly, share this video because we are talking basketball here. So, game 5, the Phoenix Suns lose. Boom. I'm wrong. My prediction is completely wrong. Now, why was my prediction wrong? And who am I going to blame this on? I blame this loss on the coach of the Phoenix Suns being Monty Williams. Why? Because if he had run plays in game 4 and in game 5, Chris Paul doesn't turn the ball over, right? And Booker doesn't turn the ball over in game 5. Now, the reason why this is important is because when Booker penetrated to the basket, he was surrounded by Bucks players. And Jrue Holiday, being the amazing defensive player that he is, stepped up and made another defensive play. By the way, the Suns should have won this game. They dominated the stat sheet, especially shooting and defense, right? So, shooting wise from the three-point line, there was 68% and 91% from the free throw line, right? Which means they pretty much did not miss, okay? Now, the Bucks were 50% from 3 and 50% from the free throw line. And they won this game. They won this game. Now, once again, Booker was amazing. But Chris Paul has to step up because he's the second option on that team, which means he has to play a role really similar to Chris Middleton, meaning he's going to have to score upwards of 25 to 30 points. I believe he has to be more in the 30 plus range in order for the Suns to actually win because Booker has scored 40 in the last 2 games. 40, which means nobody can guard Booker. And when they do guard Booker, it takes multiple defenders to guard him. So, with that being said, right, either the Bucks are allowing Booker to go off, or the Suns really have to step it up mentally, right? Setting up other players, setting up plays for other players, opposed to the freelance style that Chris Paul likes to play during the game. Looks like they're going to have to call plays at the end of the game simply because, or at least get into some type of offensive set that allows them freedom. Because Booker over-penetrated on that possession where Jrue Holiday stole the ball from him and then threw the lob, right? That play, Booker was stuck. It was going to be a turnover or it was going to be a terrible shot. Now, when I say they dominated the stat sheet, the Bucks had 11 turnovers. The Suns had 8. That means that the Suns did a way better, well, I don't want to say way better, but they did a better job of taking care of the ball. Then the percentages showed that the Suns actually shot the ball much better, right? So then I looked at the defensive stats. The defensive stats are pretty crazy because the Suns had 5 blocks and 9 steals. The Bucks had 7 steals, but they only had 1 block, and the person who got the 1 block was Jrue Holiday. So again, when we're talking about defensive guards, and with me and my training, I show children how to play offense, but also where to position themselves on defense so that they can be in the game to make defensive plays, right? So that you can win the game, because that's the ultimate goal, is to actually win the game. So with that being said, Chris Paul, like I said, just a real quick rundown. Chris Paul has to score. The assists are great, right? 11 assists are great, but Jrue Holiday had more. He had 27 and 13 with three steals and 1 block. Chris Paul, he has to step it up. I get it. He does what he does, but he has to score about 30 points or more because he is the second option. DeAndre Ayton had a better game with 20 and 10, but again, the guy who needs to step it up for the Suns is Chris Paul. His legacy is on the line. He knows that. But at least he can say he made it to the NBA championship. Now, do the Suns have a chance to win the NBA championship? I'm going to say no. No. I do believe that Jrue Holiday and Giannis have their cards, meaning they know that Ayton is going to be the one guarding Giannis. And Jrue Holiday is going to continue to make defensive plays on the defensive side of the ball. And if you're not aware, he's going to light you up on the offensive end too. Chris Middleton, since he started the series off terrible, since he had that great game, he's been solid. He had 29 points. Okay? That's basically 30. Giannis, once again, as usual, Giannis had 32 points. That's big. All right? That's a lot of points. And he's been doing that throughout the entire season. Right? So when people talk bad about Giannis, I'm like, man, do y'all see what he out here doing? I get it. He's just stepping around people and laying it up or dunking it, but who's stopping it? You got to stop it in order for him to change up or do something different. I mean, come on. But with all that being said, I do believe that the Bucks will end it in Game 6. But I do believe the Suns can win Game 6 and make it go to Game 7. But it's hard to predict now because my initial prediction was wrong. So with all of this being said, man, hey, y'all stay tuned. Y'all watch the game, and that way we can have a little back and forth. Who do y'all think is going to win this next game? Let me know in the comments below. Other than that, I'm going to see y'all in the next video. Peace.